talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why.
Look what that says, Mr. Perry. Did he really just say on camera, that's okay, I don't care what you want? For 9 years, I've begged you not to contact me. I moved twice to get away from you and to never again have to hear what you think or how you feel or what you want. I'm never going to help you. 10 years, I've not ever helped you. I really am tired of hearing from you. All day long, Mr. Perry pestered me and bothered me and pestered me and bothered me and pestered me and bothered me. And he does that every day. I can't do anything without being threatened and harassed and bothered in the creepiest motherfucking way on the planet. The guy hacked or cloned my phones. He actually cloned them. And just goes at me and goes at me. I can't do anything. He's got to tell me what he thinks. He's got to tell me how he feels. Let's talk. I said no. I've said no every day for a decade. It hasn't just been a month or a day or a week or a year. It has been 10 years. I left in 2013. I left to get away from you. I moved 2 times, started my life all over, completely changed careers. I haven't even voted. Haven't registered to vote, stayed completely out of politics, completely away from anything and everything that could have any connection to you at all, where I would be forced to have to talk to you. I never want to talk to you. I don't know why you can't get that. I don't like you. I don't care what you think. I don't care to hear it. I said leave me alone. One time should be enough, and you never shut up. You never shut the fuck up. With the threats. I'm going to have you pull over. I'm going to get you. I'm going to take. You're going to Texas. Like it or not. And I said no. So, when we quote you, please remember, we're quoting you. You're not quoting us. We've got names of your people. You can't name even one of our guys that gets that information from you to me. And every day, you guys run around, planning this and planning that. And then we find out, and I'm typing it up in an email to my attorney. And then the next thing, y'all running around, how did she find out about that? How'd she know? It's the same thing every day. What about what you're doing is working, even for you? Everybody fucking hates you. Your conduct is illegal. It is deviant. It is demented. It is deranged. It is depraved. It is sick. It is fucked up. And everybody hates you for it. Everybody's sick of you. We don't have a problem getting information. Snap of a finger. We heard you today. We got to make her leave Oklahoma. She can't go to Roswell and she can't go to Vegas. Wow, when was it up to you? You're violating the law. You're getting told on. You're hated. I'm quoting you. You're not quoting me. You have leaks. We don't. People like us, we're normal. They hate you. You're very creepy. You're very cruel. You're very deviant. You're very depraved. You're very deranged. Everybody's sick and tired of you icking and sliming that all over us. Sick and tired of it. Why can you not get that? You're just not all there. Are you just not all there? You have Huntington's disease. You know how we found that out? Remember, our guys have had more than one meeting trying to figure out why in the fuck anybody would do what you do. You get caught every day. Every fucking day. Matt Powell's looking for me everywhere. Why? You've done that since the day I got back. Can you not just get a life, Mr. Powell? What is your problem? You and Charles and Josh and Joe and Dave constantly trying to find my whereabouts. So I won't go to work right now. Why should I do that? What are you going to do to me when I get there? Have you not already done enough? Have you not already fucking done enough? I don't have to go put myself in danger or subject myself to some bullshit that is ridiculous. You guys have a lot of problems with perjury and fraud upon the court, crap like that. Were you not aware? I think we've said it over and over and over and over and over. So, Mr. Mr. Perry at some point had planned to have me arrested the second I get to work. Jerk me off the stage, make sure Sadie can see it, because they thought Sadie was a leak. Sit me down, have my family tell me how I need to go to Texas and be trafficked and murdered. Because they don't know that's what you're doing. I'm telling everybody now that's what you're doing. You know why? Because we have police recordings and shit. You got a marriage license that's forged. You want to take a photo shoot so that you can go around and go, see all the photos she consented 4 years after you forged the marriage license. And no, I don't consent. What in the fuck makes you think I would pose for that? There's no way. You're going to go jail or pose. Jail or sign my lie. Here's the affidavit I filled out for you. I've typed it up for you. You sign it, or you could go to jail. Golly, that's illegal. That's illegal too. That's coercion. Intimidation, duress. Any document signed under extreme duress, I mean, it's bullshit. I said already, now we found out about it beforehand. You haven't shown me the affidavit. We've heard about it. I've not seen it. I've not seen the marriage license. I've heard about it. Lucky asked me, did you sign a marriage license? Why, what kind of, what, yeah, what in the fuck? No. I've never even dated the guy. I don't like him. I moved twice to get away. To be with my family, get away from that monster. No, why would I sign that? Yeah, he said, I didn't think so. It doesn't look like your signature. Is that why you murdered him? Is that why you murdered him and tried to murder Mike Neely? And then framed him because he didn't die? Just like you tried to do to me? You like your smear campaigns when you got somebody that's good at what they do and they catch your crime? Is that what you do? Is that your MO? Why would I help you? You need to go see a shrink. You need to get a grip on reality. It is pathetic. You are absolutely pathetic. You embarrass the fuck out of me. You're nuttier than a fruitcake. You're worse than this guy. And nothing you say makes sense. And you can tell when people talk to you, you have no fucking idea what they're saying. So because of that, our guys are like, what's wrong with him? That he continues to do the same thing every day, that gets the same results for 9 years. Every time he fucks with Cynthia, we catch him. He knows we're there. He's called everywhere asking who we are. Nobody will tell him. He doesn't get to know that. He's dangerous. So nobody wants to help him. Everybody wants him stopped because he can't stop himself. He doesn't have any power. And so he's calling out all over the fucking place looking for us. Well, I'm not going to call him. He can't understand me. What I said in March 2020, her privacy is not to be invaded anymore. You don't contact her or her family ever again. She's not to be broke anymore. Get your fucking hands out of her wallet. Quit posing a danger to her at work so she won't go. Quit posing a danger whether it's at a club or door dashing. Everywhere I go, I walk out my front door, you're dangerous. You're going to cause a problem that'll take a good long time to fix, if it can't even be fixed. There's some things that you do we don't get over. You're the criminal, you're the offender, you're depraved, you're deviant, you're demented, and everybody hates you for what you put me through. We can get information like that. We're quoting you, you're not quoting us. You have the leaks, we do not. Get a grip on reality. Get a grip on reality. And somebody said that this morning. The reason their plans never work out, she always finds out before. Because Mr. Perry sits in a meeting and go, oh, she's in love with me. She's just too afraid to say. And that is bullshit. He's delusional. So he'll plan this something and tells everybody, oh, here's how she'll react. Like a person in love. And she never does. She always reacts like somebody who can't stand this guy. Like he's a job. And he acts like he doesn't know. Well, if he's got Huntington's disease, maybe he doesn't. Huntington's disease causes delusion, psychosis, hallucinations. You see things that are not there. Impaired cognitive reasoning. Right? What else? Paranoia. You can't even think right. And you act like you don't. I mean, surely you know. We've said it enough times that you're not right in the head. There's something wrong with you. Something off with you. And you get somebody to help you figure it out. A nurse. You're a rich guy. Go get a nurse. So, the thing is, your conduct is offending other people. It's illegal for a reason. You have leaks. We don't have leaks. You have leaks. No one is going to help you with that. Stop asking. You have a lot of nerve to ask. You have come to a state where you are not invited. You have come into my home, not invited. You broke in. You did something illegal. You ripped up everything I own. You have blown people's lives up. You're hated for it. You're very cruel. You're very creepy. You are hated. You sick son of a bitch. You're hated. We don't have leaks. You do. We don't have leaks. You do. You're not quoting us. We're quoting you. Get a grip on reality. Get a grip on reality. You don't get to come into my house uninvited, tear up everything I have, and then tell me to leave. You fuck off. Whack job. You fuck off. You get out. You weren't invited here in the first place. You go home to your family. You go home to your family and you stop bothering me and everybody I know. Stop. You have leaks. We do not. We're quoting you. You're not quoting us. Get a grip on reality. I'll never help you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear a fucking thing you have to say. You don't even make sense. And you have a lot of nerve to even ask. You have a lot of nerve to even ask. So, the guy said somebody already said this, but it bears repeating. Why is Mr. Perry always in Oklahoma? Cynthia's being harassed in Lubbock by Mr. Perry, so she leaves and goes home to her family in Oklahoma. He comes up here to Oklahoma, and they can't get him to leave. And he says he's being harassed. My God, really? He expects us to believe that? You're shitting us with that, right? How about you do what she did? Go fucking home to your family. You don't go to a state where you don't live. Provoke, antagonize, bother. And then when you're caught committing some sort of deviant, egregious whatever, whether it be perjury, assault and battery, attempted murder, stalking, hacking, voyeurism, obstruction of justice, fraud, whatever it is, you don't come here into a state where you don't live, we're not invited, impose, burden, and bother. And they get mad when people complain about it. Go home to your family. You're not wanted here. I didn't invite you here. I don't want a fucking thing to do with you. You're like this guy.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
Leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm here.
Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you.
I don't ever want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. He types in my phone constantly. Let's have a meeting. Let's talk. No. No. Just go. I'm going to take you. I'm going to kidnap you. I'm going to false arrest you. I'm going to have you pulled over. Constantly threatening me. So, the thing that they're, take the photo shoot so I can make my forgery look real. Sign my affidavit. Whisk you away to Houston, where I can collect the other half of my money from the guy I sold you to. Trafficking is a very serious crime. And I said no. Name one other traffic victim that found out about all that shit beforehand, sir. You haven't done it yet. Coercion is also a very serious crime. You're in a lot of trouble if I know now. Before you did it, not after. And it has been that way since the 2015 McNamara email 7 years ago. Can you not count? We quote you every day. You get caught every day. So our guys were having a meeting like, why would anyone do the same thing they know gets them caught every day? This hasn't happened once or twice. This hasn't happened for a day or two or a week or two or a month or two. This has gone on every day for a decade. We're about done. Every day for a fucking decade. And he just goes right back at it. So either he wants to go to jail and he likes to get caught. Well, why would anybody want to go to jail and like getting caught in crime? Well, maybe he's gay and he thinks jail is a man orgy and he won't have to explain anything to his wife and kids. That was one theory. And then we start looking at the mental illness. And then we find out he has Huntington's disease. Okay, if I know you have Huntington's disease, and I know you got a fraudulent forged marriage license, and you wanted a fraudulent wedding shoot, and you wanted to arrest me at work. First it was rip her off the stage, then it was get her in the parking lot before she could talk to her coworkers. And they tip her off. And then it was, we're going to frame her for a petty larceny. When she sets Amanda, we heard y'all talking to him, Amanda, when she sets the money up, take some of it and we'll say she did it. So I quit setting the money up. We've been over this more than once. So I guess they were all expecting me to go to the club tonight. Why? Matt was mad. Mike Reed was mad. Steve Consular was mad, is what our intel said. But they were all mad I didn't go tonight. Wow. Here's what I said. I said I likely won't be back this week. I said I likely won't be back unless I'm waitressing, and I won't waitress while Amanda's working there. Why would I do that? She posed a risk to my freedom. She tried to frame me for petty larceny. She's bullied me and badgered me and bullied me and badgered me and bullied me and badgered me. One night, I'm trying to get away from her. I went in a back room. Normally, I would do my homework in the dressing room, and she would flit in there and badmouth everybody and flit back out. Yeah, I don't want to be around that. I went in a back room where nobody was and started doing my homework back there. Guess who pops back? Guess what she did? She went in that room, and I was like, you got to be shitting me. I'm trying my very best to avoid you. So I'm not in the dressing room, as you can see, doing my homework tonight. I'm in this room. Well, call Paul. Here we go again with the call Paul. Everything's call Paul. Call Paul. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go put the cameras and go back. Go take it. Are we 3? Are we 3 years old? I'm like, oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. I took my computer and went in the dressing room. The bitch followed me around and would not leave me alone. Did you tell her to do that? That's what you do. Did you tell her to stalk me at work and harass me at work? Everybody has the right to a harassment-free workplace. Listen to what I just said. Mr. Powell, Sheriff Reed, Mr. Kunzweiler, everyone has the right to a harassment-free workplace. If I can't go to work, write this down, everybody. If I can't go to work because that is not, you have interfered with that, it goes on the list of injuries with a dollar figure of how much money I would have made but didn't because you intentionally and maliciously interfered with commerce, with my ability to work, with commerce and contracts, with intent to coerce me to do something I've already said no to over and over and over and over for years. If you continue to do it anyway, good luck to you on the legal shitstorm they'll hit you with, Mr. Perry, when they arrest you. We're doing this for that reason. You will not stop on your own, so they will stop. He said, I'll do it for you if you're not going to do it on yourself. By yourself like a big boy. Put your little girl doll down. What problem has that thing solved? I've not seen it solve anything. It sure does piss everybody. It's weirdo. You're a weirdo. You're a fucking weirdo. And you're bothering and bothering and bothering and bothering and bothering and bothering and just like him.
Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No.
Okay, however much money that you've spent trying to sell people, which you know is illegal, it comes with a life sentence. You get caught when you do it to me. And only when you do it to me. That is not my problem, is it? You're a grown-ass man. You made a choice. You can live with your choices, can you not? We're certain that you can. We're certain you can live with your choices. I left. I tried to get away from the conflict, to get away from your drama, to get away from your harassment, to get away from you. You come to Oklahoma and bother and bother and bother and provoke and antagonize and instigate and provoke and antagonize and instigate and provoke and antagonize. And there's people that are helping me have a shit ton of power. If you knew who they were, you would die. Maybe you wouldn't. You're not smart. I mean, you would. Embarrassing. Your conduct, your behavior is so weird and so unprofessional and so strange that I think if you knew who it was, you would absolutely die. Although maybe that's not true, since you call around to every fucking governor in the country. Is it you? Can I just be candid with you? I do have a weirdo problem. I need you to cover it up. I'll make it worth your while. Yeah, I know that you said that, so when you start talking about where I can and cannot live, is it up to you? I'm sorry, it's not up to you. In fact, we know that you have those conversations. That ought to scare the shit out of you. If you knew who had them, it would. So what makes you, if I know that you had those conversations, does any other victim know you have those conversations? But I do. It's different when you do it to me, but it's the same every time you do it. Can you not grasp easy concepts, Calvin, Geppetto, Lucius, Dave, Charles? When you do the crime to me, it's different, but it's the same every time you do it. The cause and effect. The cause is when you do the crime to me, the effect is you get caught. You get caught every time. We say it before. We're saying it before. 98% of the time. 98% of the time. You want to take my car. You think I'll call you and go, oh, baby, sure, I'll go with you. Nope, that's not what's going to happen. That's not at all what's going to happen. You've tried doing that about 50 times. Has it ever happened? Why would it happen this time? You just piss everybody off. Then we find out you said that. Did you want me pulled over today? Did you want me pulled over? Did I hear somebody say, if she gets in behind you, then you're supposed to do X, Y, Z? Huh? Mr. Powell, why do you want it? What is your deal? You've been looking for my whereabouts since I was in Sepulpa. What is your problem? Did you not say, it never occurred to me, she might be telling the truth? I wish I'd gotten to know her better when she lived in Lubbock, instead of taking Charles's word for it. Trust but verify. What are you doing? I'm not bothering you. Why are you bothering me? Same with Mr. Coonswheeler. I'm not bothering you, Mr. Coonswheeler. Why are you bothering me? I asserted my right to equal protection. I'm being stalked. Mr. Perry is not coming to a state where he doesn't live and is invited, complaining about being harassed here. All he has to do is go home to his family. If that's true, and stop bothering me. Mr. Perry is harassing me, and he's getting caught harassing me. I've asserted my right to equal protection and tell him blue in the face. I don't know what else to do. You guys have some kind of... you have a grand jury? For what? Mr. Perry is committing the crime. I moved twice. Mr. Perry, again, okay, remember the last 2 nights during the podcast? I said, I'm recording this in the privacy of my home. The only way he could know that is from hacking and peeping. Odd as this might sound, in my other phone, he'll start typing comments in it or ask me about leaks. So he just typed in my phone, is Steve a leak? Wow. Again, I'm not told who leaks are. I will never fucking help you, bitch. You have a lot of nerve to ask me. Don't ask me. That's a terrible mistake. You have blown my life up and you think I would help you? Delusional whack job? There's no fucking way. There's no way. We all want you gone. You have come and blown up people's lives. We all want for you to be gone. Everybody is sick and tired of you. Nobody invited you here. So here's the thing, Mr. Consueler and Mr. Powell. Apparently you two and Sheriff Reed want me back at the club to do whatever it is you want to do. You want to do the arrest still? What is it you want? But you need to understand that Charles Perry and David Robertson and Calvin tried very hard to make sure I'm not at the club. Why would they do that? I said very clearly, I'm probably not going to go back unless I'm waitressing, and I won't waitress as long as Amanda's there. I didn't get a call. I didn't get anything. She left. Would you like to come back, waitress? Nope. Didn't have that. Didn't happen. So, they don't want me there. The reason they had her do that to me is to bully me out. That's why they did it. They did it intentionally. They did it on purpose. They're trying to frame me for a theft. Would you stick around if somebody's trying to, do that to you? Slander, defame, harass you. So, I left because I'm not going to do the waitress thing with this chick. I would have to interact with her more than I'm willing to interact with somebody that I don't have words for it. I'm not going to do it. In my life, I've worked there 8 years. In my life, I've not seen anyone behave like that chick behaves. I've not seen it at her age. A 2-year-old maybe, but a woman of her age, a grown-ass woman, I've not seen anybody act like she acts. I understand she has a meth problem. That might be why she acts the way she does. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm just not going to. I've danced with other girls who had some drama situations going on. 2 of them threatened to beat me up. It still wasn't near as bad as this one. Not even close. 2 girls in the past threatened to beat the fuck out of me. And it still wasn't as bad as this one. The 2 girls that said that, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you. I said, listen, I get that you guys think it's really cool to beat each other up and show each other who's tougher. I'm 50. I am not 20. And I don't care. So if you hit me, I'm going to let you hit me. I'm not going to hit you back. I'm going to call 911 and have you thrown in jail. So, based on the information I just gave you, what do you want to do now? Both of them walked off and never threatened me with that again. That doesn't mean we were all BFFs or something, but we stayed away from each other. They didn't constantly just chase me around the building and harass. I'm going to call Paul, pull the camera, tell me to call Paul. Constantly. I can't deal with it. I don't have to. Mr. Perry just did it again. He just fucking did it again. Okay, remember the last 2 nights I've said, Mr. Perry has contacted me again in my phone against my will after he's been asked to stop it. Right? So when I quote you tomorrow, don't get all upset. Don't get all shocked and dismayed. He just asked for it. And he just did it again twice. When you contact me, everybody gets pissed off because we all said stop. You need to learn how to control yourself. You don't have any impulse control, do you? You need to learn to go be normal and control yourself and act like a grown-ass normal dude. Go be with your family. Stay the fuck away from me. Stop raping me. Stop raping me. You stay the fuck away from me. Get out of my phone. When you contact me, it pisses me off. It pisses off all these guys helping me. And so we can quote what you just said. Get away from me. I fucking hate you. Everybody does. Everybody's sick of you. Why can you not get that? Everybody's sick of you. Why can't you get that? We're quoting you. You're not quoting us. You have leaks. We do not. You can't name one guy helping me. Not one. You can't quote one meeting. Not one. People like us, they don't like you. You're fucking raping. It's just rape. I'll define what I think it is that you're doing to me. When I find out that you guys are sitting around having a meeting, well, we need her to leave Oklahoma. She keeps catching our crime too much. We don't like that, but she can't go to Roswell or Vegas. If I know that you said that, why do you think it's up to you? I don't know you. Nobody's doing anything to you. You're getting caught doing shit to me, and you get caught every time you do it. When Perry contacts me, we get more. When you cause me to lose something, even an eyelash, we get more. When you invade my privacy, we get more. When you cause conflict with me or my family, me and my family, me and anybody, we get more. The more cruel you are, the more we get. Because you're deranged and you're depraved and you're demented. And we're all sick of dealing with it. You're a burden and an imposition we're all sick of dealing with. Why can you not get that? You just not all there? So, I've already said repeatedly, Mr. Powell, Miss Sheriff Reed, Mr. Constable, I said I probably won't be back there this week, maybe not at all. I had an injury on my knee because I was like, I'm not going to waitress anymore. Take me off the list. I'm not dealing with you. I'm too old for this. Literally. I don't need it. I don't want it. You got some kind of drug shit going on and you're kissing the ass of the sex weirdo guys, and I'm not doing it. So I'll just dance. Then I injured my knee. And didn't somebody say I think that was a God thing? It got her out of the club. It did. I'm not going to just sit there on my butt and not do anything at all. So when it became apparent that the injury to my knee, it was actually my knee and my shoulder. I don't know what the hell I did, but I did something. They were both all jacked up and swollen and hurt like hell. I thought, well, it'll be fine in a day or two. So for a day or two, I didn't work, but I stayed at the club. When it became apparent that I'm not going to, this is not going to go away after a day or two, and I'm getting sick and tired of dealing with that chick. So I'm going to go ahead and leave. I had $4,000 sitting in my account from my student loan. So I called the hotel, and I said, I'm coming in tonight. You got a room? Yeah, we got a room. And I called him about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I made arrangements for a ride. And I started packing my shit, and I was leaving. Why? I'm not going to sit there on my butt and just do nothing. That's a waste. And I'm not going to subject myself to have to be around this girl, the drama. I don't have time for it. I'm in school. If I can't dance, then I can DoorDash or something. Although Mr. Perry's made that very nearly. How do I know since you already had me pulled over once using my DoorDash, or 20 times? I mean, there's a list. TPD doesn't want to give me. So how do I know tomorrow when I go out you're not going to have me pulled over again? Don't you guys talk about that all the time? Didn't you talk about it again today? You want me pulled over. You want to pull me over. You're abusing your office. You're abusing your power. You're calling up here, or you're here in town and won't leave. And you're going into Tulsa Police Department and saying, we want you to pull her over. Use her Dasher app. We hacked her phone. We'll tell you right where she's at. Just sit there and wait for her. Is that what you do? Wow. You think our guys don't know? What are they going to charge you with? They've already told you I'm a witness for their case. Title 18 of the United States Code 1512, 1513, and all applicable state laws against witness tampering, coercion, intimidating witnesses, victim tampering, intimidation. You're in a lot of trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. How's that doll helping you now? Any other victim can quote you while you have those conversations with a cop or some corrupt whatever. The police department in Tulsa or Jinx or Bixby or Broken Arrow, they're not your bitches. They're not your bitches. They work for the taxpayers, the people that live here and pay taxes, law-abiding citizens, to protect us and keep us safe. The laws that we have are to keep us safe from guys like you. So, why assert equal protection? in the application of the laws intended to keep me safe from guys like you. Okay? TPD, Broken Arrow Police, Bixby Police, Jinx Police, Sapulpa Police, Sand Springs Police, Manfred Police. They are not your bitches. Oklahoma Troopers, not your bitches. You're abusing your office in a very big, bad way. There's a thing called corruption, collusion, right? You heard of it? You need to get a better attorney. Even I know you need a better attorney. We're all sick of it. Everybody's sick and tired of it. You have leaks, we don't. Right? We're quoting you. You're not quoting us. When you contact me and harass me all fucking day, we get more. So now Steve, he's just typed in my phone, is Steve a leak? So when you contact me, we get more. When I quote you tomorrow, twice tonight, while I'm doing this, which he shouldn't know I'm doing, and only does because he's a little peeping Tom. Sits around watching TV pretending that's his life. This Charles, don't contact me again. Don't contact. He just did it the third time. When you contact me, we find out more. Is that what you want? Has to be. It has to be what you want. So what Dave and Charles and Calvin and Lucius want is completely opposite of what Matt Powell, Steve Kunzweiler, and Sheriff Reed want. Did you realize that? Dave, Charles, Lucius, and Calvin they got prostitution running through that club. The owner didn't even know about it. I caught it. They got drugs and shit. The owner didn't know about it. I caught it. Okay, so they don't want me there. I caught the crime. They're making sure that I don't go. Mr. Perry's typing in my phone. You're going to get arrested tonight. I'm so excited to see you. We have a surprise for you. Twice he's done that. Twice. Typing it in my phone all fucking day. So, however much money I would have made, that's going to go to the list of injuries. The forensic accountant tells me. Injuries that you caused, maliciously and intentionally. And then the other three are trying to get me back out there. I've said it. I will probably not go back out there unless I'm waitressing and she's gone and Mr. Perry's gone and I don't have to worry about getting arrested or harassed or get my car towed or some crap or stolen. I think they've tried to do a carjack. They wanted to get me to the mall. We heard him talking about it. And then, of course, I opened up my DoorDash, and the only thing open is down there by the mall. Oh, gosh, what are the chances? I'm sorry, but, your computer scientist is not getting all the information, Mr. Kunzweiler. Didn't you want a computer scientist to testify before your grand jury or something? He doesn't know everything. They didn't know what we know. You better know what we know. Because all this stuff comes out eventually, don't you think? If I'm quoting you now, I know all this stuff before, and everybody just runs around. How'd she find out about that? How'd she know? Well, somebody told me. You don't see me down there at the courthouse banging around on the doors to see if there's a grand jury. I mean, somebody's telling me. Yeah, Mr. Perry wants to get caught. If he didn't, he'd leave me the fuck alone. There's no way you do the same thing for 7 years, every day, all day long, if you're not getting exactly what you want. So you might want to sit him down and make him explain to you, why are you doing the same thing that gets us all told on? Before it's, you're dealing with a whack job. I don't know what to tell you.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, Theo. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
Leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever. Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continue...
Alright, he just contacted me again, Mr. Kunzweiler. If we find out what everybody's up to tomorrow, that's why. You have Mr. Perry to thank. When he contacts me, it pisses off our guys because I told him not to. Get out of my phone. Get out of my life. Get out of it. Do not contact me again. He just does it anyway. It's rape. So my guys get pissed off, and we got to get this wrapped up, get this bitch in jail, and there won't be any more of that. And so they get to work, and we get more. We find out what everybody's up to that would cause me some sort of harm. It's been that way for 7 years. McNamara email was the first that they know of, but not the first. McNamara email, look at it, read it. The whole email is about coercion. Causing some sort of intimidation and extreme duress to coerce. Nothing's changed.
With body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave
You
me
can
alone.
all you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
All right. So, Mr. Kunzweiler and Sheriff Freed, and Mr. Powell, what Charles sold me to a man in Houston who's a realtor. He took half the money up front, and he wants to deliver so he can get the other half. He wants me to sign an affidavit that is a flat-out, bold-faced lie. He wants to cause duress, unbearable duress, to force me to, against my will. Mr. Perry is forcing himself on me, and it is gross. And everybody's sick and tired of it. Okay, do you understand what their agenda is? It's not the same as yours. Apparently. I guess everybody's not on the same page, from what it sounds like. Their goal is to starve me, make me destitute, so that I think that I cannot survive in Oklahoma. They've kept me from my family. They cut off those relationships, didn't you? Okay. When we quote you, that's one reason. My guys are mad. I'm mad. We're all mad. You butt into something that is none of your business, and you're out of line. My guy said you don't contact her or her family anymore. You don't invade her privacy, make her feel raped anymore. You don't take her money anymore. All of those things are illegal. If nobody else arrests you for that, I will. Watch me. We've quoted you all day, every day since. You have leaks, we do not. Someone in law enforcement is getting that information from you all to me. You have no idea how? You keep asking me how? Because you got a lot of nerve. Nobody's ever helped you with that. Nobody is going to ever help you with that. You don't have the right to it. You piss everybody off that you have the nerve. You ruin lives. You blow up lives. You cause devastating loss that we will never get over. And you think we're going to help you? You're off your nut. You're wackier than we thought. You're very cruel. You're very creepy. And we're all sick of dealing with it. I left not to have to deal with it. Okay? Is everybody straight on that? That is Mr. Perry's agenda. That is David Robertson's agenda. That is Calvin and Lucius's agenda. Because I keep catching their crime and they don't know what the hell to do. If they really wanted me out at the club, what I said is, I won't go back because I can't dance right now. I have an injury. Unless I'm waitressing, and I won't waitress if that chick's there. And do you see me out there? No. The other thing is, you're not going to go to work. If somebody's typing in your phone, I'm going to have you arrested at work. I can't wait to see you. Oh my God. Would you go to work? I mean, this is common sense stuff. Every day, all day long, that's all I hear. Because Mr. Perry wants me to go broke and be destitute. The only thing that he is better than is eating out of a dumpster. Even to him. Even he knows he's not worth a shit. Trafficking humans is a very serious crime. Coercion is too. You guys are in a lot of trouble. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. Deprivation of food and shelter with intent to coerce. Interfering with commerce with intent to coerce. Every time I go DoorDash and you fuck with my money, you're going to get hit. They sit there and write down numbers. They got numbers, okay? They have since I got here. Since the first time you started fucking with my money. What was the other one? Interference with contracts and commerce with intent to coerce. Interference with contracts, interference with commerce, deprivation of food and shelter, grand larceny with intent to coerce. You're causing a problem. It's malicious, it's intentional. And do you get what you want doing what you're doing? Do you have your lie? Do you have a date? No. You get told on. You're all shriveled up. You're old. You're a rejected fail. Sitting there with your little doll like a bitch-ass girl. Getting told on. Every day. When I sit here and I do these podcasts and you're contacting me, boy, it makes me mad. This is not a conversation. I'm not doing something you should even know about right now. It's illegal. It's rape. It's vulgar. It's obscene. And you're a sicko. You need to be hospitalized. You're way past a good time for a butterfly net. Way past a good time for a butterfly net. You do the same thing every day that gets you told on. When you contact me, we get more. 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 When you contact me, sir, we get more. You're not wanted. You're not loved. You're told on. When you contact me, we get more. Because you were told to stop. He says it, then he shows you. Her privacy is not to be invaded anymore. Get out of her phone. Get out of, quit peeping. Get off your ass and go work. Go be normal. Weirdo, go be normal. Go home to your family. We still need you to produce your schedule. Where are you and what are you doing all day with your time? Produce a schedule. You need to prove you're doing anything but what I say. You need to, and you can't. In your grand jury, Mr. Kunstweiler, ask Mr. Perry to show you a schedule of he's doing anything but what we say. What's he out doing? Where's the schedule? Activities. I'm in school. When I'm not in school, I'm working or typing up what you guys say. Didn't you tell some of those guys in Manford she's lazy? Yeah, and one of them got pissed off at you, didn't he? Guess what? I just saw 2 tubs, huge plastic tubs, of legal briefs that tell me she's not lazy at all. She's dancing if you'll let her go to work and not harass her or hurt her or pose a threat. When she's not doing that, she's typing all this paper I see right here. He's sitting on his fat, lazy ass watching her in the privacy of her room. Because he should know what she does all day. And yet he does. Walking around telling everybody she's lazy. Oh, she's broke because she's lazy. And the guy got mad at you. Was that Lucky? I wasn't told who that was. Was it Lucky? Guess what? I just saw 2 huge plastic bins full of legal briefs that tell me she's not one bit lazy. He is. He sits on his fat ass watching her all day. Watching her work. What a lot of nerve that bitch has. You pissed him off. You piss off everybody. Everybody hates you. They're sick of you. It's rape. You're forcing yourself on people that don't like you. Don't want anything to do with you. Haven't done anything to you. Tried as hard as we can to avoid you. and get away from you. So they don't want me at the club, really, do they? They don't want me to make money. They want to limit me to DoorDash, where they can hack it and keep it. Oh, we'll let you get your can of tuna today. Here's your $7. We'll jam it up so nothing works right. Unless you want to go down to South Tulsa and go to take an order at the mall, either pickup or delivery to the mall, where we're going to take your car away from you and then tell you, well, you can go anywhere you want, but not Roswell and not Vegas. Here's your bus pass. We'll let you charter a bus. Right? We've heard you. Those are police recordings. I'm quoting a police recording of you. When you contact me, it's easier to get those. You're not understanding how very sick and tired of y'all everybody is. You're not understanding how sick and tired of you everybody is. You're not really understanding at all, sir, how very, very sick and tired of all of you everybody else is. What you're doing isn't normal. It's deviant. What you're doing isn't normal. It isn't normal to want to hurt people. It isn't normal to sit around on your fat ass and watch a woman in the privacy of her home. It isn't normal to want to hurt people. Peeping is a sicko problem. Sir, being a peeping Tom is a sicko problem. You got a sicko problem. It's embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. You need to produce your schedule for the grand jury. What do you do all day with your time? For the last 10 years. How often are you in Oklahoma? Why are you in Oklahoma? If you're being harassed in Oklahoma, do what I did. Go home to your family. That's what the guy asked. If he's really being harassed in Oklahoma, which I think is a load of shit, I don't think much of what Charles Perry says has any basis in reality or truth at all. The only question I have is, what is he saying out of delusion from his mental illness? And what is he saying? It's just a bold-faced lie. Can he even tell the difference anymore? Is his disease progressed to a point he doesn't even know anymore? So, I mean, he should be embarrassed. He acts like he doesn't know. So his disease has progressed to the extent that the things that he's doing would embarrass anybody else. And yet he's not. He's not one bit embarrassed. The creepier, the better. The weirder, the better. And he just doesn't think anything of it. And everybody else is going, oh my God. Oh my God. Wow, what a weirdo. Ew, what a weird guy. What a creep. You know what the guys in Sepulpa said? You went around telling everybody that we were married and introduced my son as your stepson. And then you said, I'm going to get Cindy pregnant. And they all went, oh my God. This guy's got women locked in a basement somewhere. She didn't want to have a kid. And sure as shit, not with him. She won't even talk to him. And he said, going around telling everybody they're married. Or engaged. I mean, what in the fuck? You gave those guys the heebie-jeebies. And you're not one bit embarrassed. The weirder the better, the creepier the better. So, clearly something's wrong with you. Clearly something is seriously wrong with you. Way past a good time for a butterfly net. You have a lot of money, go see a doctor. You embarrass the fuck out of everybody else. I mean, you embarrass the ever-living fuck out of everybody else. And you act like you have no fucking idea. You should be embarrassed too. Not a clue. Everybody's sick of you. So the guy's like, she left Lubbock because Charles is pestering her and harassing her. So she left and went to home to be with her family. Well, if he's really being harassed in Oklahoma, then why didn't he do that too? Go home and be with your family. Why are you fucking in Oklahoma? Especially if you're being harassed there. They also pointed out, Mr. Perry, that when I'm getting harassed at Lady Godiva's, then I avoided Lady Godiva's to the tune of $5,000 in no-show fines. When you miss work, you schedule your work. You're self-employed. You schedule a night of work. You don't show up. You owe Joe $50. You have to pay a no-show fine. I missed work because you harassed me so bad at work. It cost me $5,000. That's on all the court briefs. He got sued over that. And then we got a hearing scheduled, and then all of a sudden just everything's dismissed. people were pissed at you. So you have leaks, we don't. I can get information like that. What you bought was, you bought us intel. Okay, that $5,000 bought us intel. Priceless intel. Intel that will be rid of you. It will be used to be rid of you. And we don't have to do this anymore. We don't have to live in hell anymore. You didn't come to Oklahoma and be a ray of sunshine and make everybody's life good. You've made everybody's life a living hell. And you're hated. You're fucking hated for it. And you really need to get that. We can get information at the snap of a finger. And nobody will help you. Nobody wants you here. Go home to your family. Then, now it's sensations. Now I just won't go. I'll not eat. I'll go without food. I won't pay bills, but I'm not going. I'm not subjecting myself to that. I'll try to make it as best I can. I have to call my ex-husband and ask for help way too much. What my guy said is, she's not to be broke anymore and have to ask for help. And if she does, I'm going to kick your ass with it. I'm going to kick your ass with it. You're not to contact her. You don't invade her privacy. You invade her privacy. I'm going to get up your ass. I'm going to find stuff nobody else has. Who's the Muffin Man? Who's Geppetto? Who's Monique? Where is she right now? Who's Sanjay? Who's Oscar? Who's Blankenship? Desiree? Huh? You got a guy named, nickname is Muffin Man. Who is that? Who's Bald Fat Calvin? Who's Sanjay? Huh? Who's Richard? Dickey? Or Lawrence Andrew? Who are these people? Name our people. Oh yeah, you can't. Okay? You invade her privacy, I'm going to get up your ass and invade yours. I got a court order, you got a weirdo problem that you have absolutely no power over at all. You can't control yourself at all. And it's a very embarrassing one. You don't invade her privacy. You don't contact her or her family. And you don't take her money and make her have to call for help. Because I'm going to kick your ass with it. Watch me. Anybody else, any other victim know they were sold before? You were able to deliver, or like you guys call it, Papa John's. Isn't that your code word? Papa John. Any other victim know that? I know that. Any other victim know when there's a grand jury because you're trying to arrange a second false arrest? More perjury? Then I know what to do. I mean, we've got more perjury than we know what to do with, Mr. Perry. Perjury, suborning perjury. More than we know what to do with. So is your lies, are they from delusion? Or are they bold-faced lies? That was the other thing they want produced. What is the political issue? That you went into a court of law in 2016 and said, Judge Hanson, sign an arrest warrant because she's filed a false police report in retaliation for my job as a public servant senator. What's the job of senator that I would file a false police report? Where's the evidence that it was false? When was the evidence collected? When was it investigated? You obstructed justice is what you did. There was no investigation. You destroyed my evidence is what you did. You prevented by physical force and delayed me from reporting it. They never took my evidence. You had me arrested before they could. They called me weeks after that. I filed the report in compliance with Oklahoma law. You have to file a police report to get a protective order. If somebody's been threatening you with death and false arrest, you need one. I still need one. I've tried 11 times. You've had to buy your way out of. I've not been in a hearing where I present my evidence and you overcame it. You just go do a backroom deal, don't you? I'm never in court. I'm not an attorney. 5 attorneys can't handle one woman with no law degree. Not a lick of law school. I had to teach myself. You ran off my customers from sensations. I sat in the dressing room and studied the law. Okay? When we quote you, how many millions of dollars did you spend to get us that intel? That's all you've got. You bought us a lot of intel. A shit ton of it. A shit ton of it. So then I know when to go to work and when not to. I'm going to have to do without food, but it's better than doing out. And what else they're going to do to me? It's going to be a lot worse than missing a meal or two. Mr. Perry, everybody's sick of you. You need to understand just how very, very sick and tired of you they are. Just sick and tired of you. So tomorrow when I quote you all day is because the entire time I'm sitting here doing this, Mr. Perry's trying to talk to me. He thinks this is a conversation. It's not. I'm recording a podcast in the privacy of my home. The only way he could know that's what I'm doing is he said, little sick little peeping Tom. And a hacker. Right? And just bothers like this guy.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. All you want. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Amen.
Alright, so these are my messages from 2011, all about you pulling up behind my house and watching me in my backyard, or you show up at restaurants or something like stalkers do. They hack your phone and they know where you are. Okay, so this is about that. There's nothing political mentioned here at all. Produce the evidence of a political vendetta. Produce the evidence of a political vendetta. Produce the evidence of a political vendetta. Or explain if you imagined it or just bold-faced lied. Do it now in front of the grand jury. If there's still grand jury convened and they're still going over everything I'm saying, right now, in front of that grand jury, Mr. Coanswheeler, Mr. Perry needs to produce a schedule. How much is he in Oklahoma and why? What's he do all day? He better be able to prove he's doing anything but what I say. He better be able to do it. He'll have to do it in front of our court. How's that going to look? This right here is evidence that there was stalking, not a fucking thing required of him, to pass a law in Texas. None of this is what you need to do to pass a law in Texas, is it? You're abusing your office every time you call up here to TPD and demand they pull me over. They're not your bitches. They're not. It's very serious. You're in a lot of trouble. Everybody's sick of you. We're quoting you. You're not quoting us. You have leaks. We do not. Everybody's sick of you. It's about time you realize just how sick of you everybody is. You're not loved. You're not wanted. You're not on a date. You're a rejected fail. Old shrivel up old fart with his doll all by himself. Just told on. It doesn't get any more pathetic than you. Go home to your family. He needs to produce evidence of what the fuck is the issue. Where's the evidence that there was ever a political vendetta? You fucking don't matter. You just don't. You never did. You are the brand new guy in one of the smallest districts in the state. Very lopsided, 86% Republican. Anybody who got elected to your position is going to have to vote exactly the way you do, or they won't get elected. 86%. Very conservative Republican. You have to vote a certain way or you don't get elected. And you're so small, you fucking don't matter. Nobody's going to waste time or resources on a district that is as small as yours. The only way to change the vote in the Senate in Austin is to change the voter demographics in Lubbock, Texas. That means you got to move a company in from California and all their employees. They're liberal, more, get the voter demographic changed to more like 50-50. Otherwise, you fucking are irrelevant. You don't matter. You fucking never did. I've been in politics all my life. I was in politics 3 years in Texas before you came out and ran for office. You're the new guy. If I move into a neighborhood 3 years before you, am I going to go to you and ask you to introduce me to the neighbors? No, I already know the neighbors. You're the new guy. You need me to introduce you to the neighbors. What kind of fucktard says shit like you say? Prove it. Put up or shut up. In front of the grand jury. So, did you imagine it or did you lie? Explain that. Is your disease Huntington's disease? Did it cause you to truly believe you're the victim of a political vendetta? Or did you just lie? Which one is it? Yeah, we all want to know. Tell the grand jury, please. Since you're going into court in front of a grand jury, trying to have a second false arrest done, so I'll have to force my lie. Forced to sign your lie and be trafficked. This is just an intimidation and you need another smear campaign because your first one didn't work out so well. Tell the grand jury right now, what are you doing with your time all damn day? You better be able to prove you're doing anything but what I say. And you can't, can you? Pesters and pesters and bothers and pesters and bothers. When was your phone checked? When was your phone checked to prove you're not cloning my phone? When was my phone checked? Yeah, my guys are sitting there in my phone watching you do things in my phone. They're recording everything you do. Every time you type something in my phone, they record it. Everything you do to my DoorDash app, they record it. They're going to put you in jail. It doesn't matter what everybody else does. Then everybody else is going to have to explain why the hell they helped you. Yeah, you're off your nut. Okay, so this was the first false arrest. You have to file a police report. Right, the last sentence, you must file a police report with law enforcement to get a protective order. This one was denied, reason number two, because I forgot my police report. Okay, tell the grand jury that Mr. Perry hired a guy named Dave Robertson who came in and said, you're going to recant your claims that Mr. Perry's a stalker, or I'm going to put you in the lake. And then I started getting sick. And so I'd Google my symptoms, and then I text him, are you giving me arsenic or phenobarbital? And he says, yes, I am. Okay, is everybody getting this? He said he was giving me, see, I bought charcoal on the 27th of December to absorb the poison they were giving me so I could just go to fucking work. Okay, here he's telling me, I'm telling him, I just want the stalking to end without death and destruction. And he goes, yeah, I can't promise that. Let your life fade away. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. Okay, those were the texts I was getting that TPD did not see. I filed my police report in compliance with the law in the state where I live. I don't live in Texas. I live in Oklahoma. These crimes were happening to me in Tulsa at Lady Godiva's. Okay, this is why I paid $5,000, okay? I quit going to work sometimes. I'd be too scared. Or my guys would call me and go, you can't go to work. They got something planned. It'll be too dangerous. It's not worth it. Don't go. So either I'm too scared to go, or they're telling me, don't go. They're going to do something to you tonight. Stay home. Police from somewhere else that tell me, okay. There's the date of my police report, see? This is the day he went into court and said, there's a political vendetta and it led to a false police report. Judge Hanson, we need to throw her ass in jail. On the 29th. Okay, see how many days are between the 21st and the 29th? Like a week. Yeah, guess when TPD called me back wanting the evidence? On the 15th. I was already in jail. She's asking me for evidence. We need to get the text, she said. That's Detective Egan, TPD. We need to get your evidence. I needed a blood draw to confirm or rule out arsenic poisoning. Did I not? Okay, so you've alleged there was a false police report filed in retaliation for your job as a senator, which your job as a senator had nothing to do with me at all. At this point, for sure, because I live in Oklahoma, you don't legislate in Oklahoma. Our shrink says Mr. Perry is unable to identify his legislative duties and what state he legislates in. He can't do it. Huntington's disease, he can't figure it out. Not anymore. Old shriveled up little old, yeah, with his doll. He's effective, let me tell you. Okay, before all that happened, I sat in jail for 2 months for complying with the law in the state where I live. And you knew that. You didn't tell the judge, well, by the way, she's already had a police report. She's already tried to get a protective order, which was denied because she forgot her police report. I'm sure you didn't tell him that, did you? Did you forget, or did you just lie? Okay, these are my bond conditions because they wanted me to lie then. And I go, no, I'm not going to lie. Tell them I said, go fuck yourself. They come back at me with this, what do we need to do? Here's the thing. If he will leave me the fuck alone and never contact me or my family again, I'll just stay quiet. I won't say anything at all. That's why this is in here. Charles Perry shall have no contact of any kind with Cynthia Ortiz. These are my bond conditions. Lucky Miller saw this and he said, I've seen bond conditions. That's not what that is. This is a cover-up negotiation. They made me see a shrink. My shrink didn't say, oh, she's a nuttier than a fruitcake. My shrink said, Okay, let's look at the date this letter was written first. Okay, July in 2017, after she'd seen me for a year and a half, twice a month, for an hour or two. Spent a lot of time with me. That I'm very articulate, and I'm afraid of what Mr. Perry might do to me or my family. Yeah, there's a whole lot more to it than that. Okay, show that to the grand jury, Mr. Consueler. Cynthia's not the cuckoo bird here. Charles is. Okay, he's diagnosed. She's saying it's up. She has never expressed, nor have I sensed any hostility on her part to Mr. Perry, to do Mr. Perry harm. What I said is, if he comes near me, I'll beat the hell out of him. Okay, so don't come near me. We have all asked you to stay the fuck away from me. Repeatedly. Okay, instead, I did move twice not to ever have to deal with you again. Not to ever have to hear what you think and how you feel, what you want, you and your doll. Ugh. Okay, and concentrates on how to avoid Mr. Perry so that she can focus on her career and taking care of her son. Twice a month, an hour or two a month, visit for a year and a half. You've been diagnosed with Huntington's disease. It causes delusion, paranoia, psychosis, hallucinations, and impaired cognitive reasoning. When you do the crime to me, you got caught. That's cognitive reasoning. Cause and effect, same, different, before and after. You don't have it. You should be so embarrassed by the creepy that you are, and you're just not. Everyone else is. Why aren't you? Our shrink is like, he doesn't know he should be. Okay, so they dismissed the charges, see? They dismissed the charges. Why, Mr. Powell? Are you still up here looking for me at work? See, get a life, dude. I mean, Charles is going to, if you're looking for me, Mr. Powell, Charles is going to make sure I'm not where you're looking. Because he has something to hide. So, first I understand you were looking for my address in Sapulpa. Then you were looking for my address in Manford. Then you were looking for my address at Chardonnay Apartments. And they got me kicked out of Chardonnay. They want to make sure I don't have an address. Mr. Powell, do you understand? Dave and Charles want something different than you. Okay? You want to find my address. They want to make sure I don't have one. They want to make sure it's so uncomfortable for me to go to work, I don't go to work. While you guys keep looking for me at work. You're not on the same page here. Mr. Perry just contacted me again. So like I've said in the last two podcasts, when I quote you tomorrow, don't complain. He just instigated that. He's provoking, antagonizing, and instigating it. He knows that when you contact me, we get more. You've been asked to stop. We've repeated that over and over and over and over. We say it, then we show you. We have for 10 years. The first time, this is what we typed up, Mr. Perry said, in August 23rd, 2019. It isn't legit, but I will have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. It's the very last highlighted sentence there. Grand jury, do you see that? That was another threat. Okay. After that, he wrecked my car like 5 times. I'll show you that in a minute, grand jury. Okay. While I'm in jail for this first false arrest, I get this from the police friends of mine. That's a terrible picture. You can't see the whole. I'll have to show you a different time. I'm showing the grand jury, since everybody wants to do a grand jury. Okay, while I'm in jail for the first one, Mr. Perry's planning the second false arrest. It was all over the jail. They were telling me, you got to be careful when you get home. Mr. Perry's going to harass the hell out of you. And then when you say when you talk about it, he's going to say you're harassing him. Thus, some reasonable cognitive, thought process where the guy goes, here's the funny thing. Mr. Perry's harassing her in Lubbock, so she leaves and goes home to her family in Oklahoma. You get away from it. You don't go to work, you pay $5,000 instead. But Mr. Perry goes to Oklahoma and won't fucking leave. He's full of shit. If he's really being harassed in Oklahoma, then go home to your family in Lubbock. Otherwise, you're full of crap. I don't believe you. They planned it. They sat down. They had a malicious, intentional plan. They premeditated it. And this email is dated 2018. Yep. Okay. So, there's that. There's the email about it. This is the McNamara email. This is dated October 29, 2015. And it says, he's trying to false arrest me. I'm telling my ex-husband. He's trying to false arrest me and my son. He wants to coerce us and entice us. And do, make our life a living hell. And I don't want to go back. I don't want a thing to do with him. So he's going to literally have to try to take me in handcuffs. Like a kidnapping, which he did. This was dated October 29, 2015. Okay, when did he do it? Months later. We got it before. We get it before, not after, Mr. Perry. Can you still do before and after, sir? Yeah, okay. I don't know that you can think past tying your shoe. 2 guys came into my club and said he told us just find a way to arrest her. And we said no, that's not why we signed up to be cops. We're not his bitches. But he might find a schmuck that'll do it for him. I write the U.S. attorney a letter about it right after I talked to him. They got it on the 27th, see? Matt Powell got his, I sent him a letter too. You're getting it wrong, Matt Powell. And, I don't know, I don't know what happened to his receipt letter. But I sent a copy of this with that. Before and after. I'm telling him before, not after. Who's Mr. Bettencourt, Charles? Yeah, who is Mr. Bettencourt? Huh? Well, you need to start explaining that shit. How do I have that name? When you contact me, we get more. Yep. When you contact me, we get more. You know why? Because we told you to cut that the fuck out. When you pester me, when you bother me, when you take things from me, when you invade my privacy, when you contact me, we get more. So tomorrow when I quote you guys all damn day, I have other stuff to do, but I have to sit there and type up. So the guy, Charles goes around, she's lazy. I type up what you guys say all day. I work and I go to school. So you're sitting there watching me work. And you piss everybody off going around telling people stuff like that. Bettencourt. Who's Mr. Bettencourt? So that's how we got that, Mr. Perry. Because you've made everybody mad, being an asshole again. People don't like you. They like us. They don't like you at all. They want you gone. So we can get it, snap of a finger. Uh-huh. Everybody just runs around. How does she know? How'd she find out? Well. And this is my wrecked car. That's one. After he said he's going to tow it. There's like a whole bunch. Oh, this is the puzzle I got in jail. I got that in jail. The guys, the cops, they get me, what you just said, like Mr. Bettencourt's name and Sonjay's name and Beverly's name. And Muffin, and told me I was trafficked and you got Huntington's disease and Mike was drugged. And your harassment bullshit, your lie. Under oath lie. Grand jury. Mr. Perry contacts me constantly, won't shut up and leave me alone. So, anyways, while I'm in jail, those same guys got that to me in jail. Right? Fabian's the guy that was my manager that I told my friend I got a crush on him. I'd like to get to know him better. I'd like to date him. If I get, And he makes me hope. Those two words are not just in the same book or on the same page. They intersect. You're the selfish little butt-in. You cause fear and sadness. Boo is a private joke between one of my cop friends and I, going way back. So, there's that. They got a lot of power to get that to me in jail, don't you think? This is what they do to me. They'll have guys pull up and take pictures of me. The neighbors got freaked out of it, too. It made everybody uncomfortable. It's called menacing. Yeah, it made everybody uncomfortable. Look at this. 2014. Leave me alone. Did you guys get the copy, the rest of this? I'm not going to do your work for you. Call Quinn Sullivan or bet. Somebody said, Charles, I promise you had that forwarded to him within the hour. What's going on here, Charles? He's got the rest of it. The rest of it's about Fabian and my frustration with Charles butting in. So can you imagine everywhere you go, you like somebody putting a camera in your face, taking pictures of you? Yeah. So when you invade my privacy, they invade yours, and then we're quoting you all damn day. They put this in my trunk. Lovely, right? That's right. I reported to Michael Neely 6 days before Chief Miller was murdered. Car vandalism. I thought you didn't do the car vandalism. They threw a brick at me on the freeway. It missed my head. I hit the pavement, the asphalt, and bounced up and split my engine in two. That was all over the room nearby where David's employees were staying. Dynamic shot. The same powder. Take my car. There's my subpoena for Mike's trial. How did you know Mike had to be drugged? By the way, we know you're a witness. We're going to tamper with you anyway. Yep. That's my subpoena. Where's the other car? Hold on. Alright, so they wanted me pulled over, so they had somebody take my tail light out. My cop friends wake me up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I worked all night, so I slept till about 3. Woke me up, go check your tail light. He took it out. He wants you pulled over. I went and checked. Sure shit. I had to go buy a new tail light. They will flat take your lights out. If they're peeping, they know when you're sleeping. Yeah, okay. So there's that. Okay, then they wrecked my car here, hitting it right at the wheel. There's the date. And then the front, they hit it right at the wheel. This right here, again, right at the wheel. I'm not doing the hitting, I'm getting hit. And then this side here, the guy said I hit him. So this is to show there's nothing on my bumper. There's nothing on my bumper that wasn't there before when I bought the car. The damage is right here. Supposedly, I backed into his bumper with the side of my car. That takes some talent to do that. I'll tell you what. I think he was aiming at the. He was aiming at it. He was aiming at it at the tire at the same place everybody else hit, and he missed. See, there's the dates. 5 accidents in 3 since that August email. I'm gonna take her car away from her. Is this the one Mr. Powell's constantly looking for my whereabouts? See this up here? This is the statute legally protects my whereabouts. Matt is constantly, we need her whereabouts. Can we get an address for her? Then he sent something to me. I had to mark out the address to my actual address. Yeah, he illegally got my address. This was lucky. They're trying to get her on harassment. Well, it didn't take too long, and we figured it out pretty quickly. They're the ones harassing her. It's not her harassing them. She's trying to get away from them. She's trying to fight them off. They're calling us, telling us, oh, she's doing this and she's doing that. We check into it. There'd be nothing to it. Completely wasted all of our time. Wanting us to pull her over and get her car information off her car and give it to him. An illegal use of taxpayer-funded resources. And you tried to do it again today, right? You used my DoorDash app. Oh, have my buddy call in for the mall. Get an order from the mall. And if she won't take mall orders, then we'll get my buddy that works at the mall to call in an order. So she's still going to end up at the mall. Get her car. Yeah, have her pulled over. You need her back in Texas, right? Is that the one? Yeah. We have one in Tulsa. We've been trying to get her delivered. We need her back in Texas where we can do more to hurt her. Your end result is sign the lie, then she's dead, floating in the bathtub. Because you're not going to allow me to sign a lie and pop up later and say, well, he did make me sign that. Yeah, we all know your deal. We've heard you talking about it, Mr. Perry. We always get the information before, right? Not after. And this is the officer that took my vandalism report, accused of beating someone so his head back and forth so hard. He died of internal decapitation. And the ME said it was like he was in a car crash. But oddly, he has not a mark on him. And the Escambia sheriff, well, it appears he was beat to death. When he's like, I'm looking at myself, I don't believe you. He was found unconscious and in respiratory distress, dying. And to save his life, they gave him Narcan. It's not like he had a head. Look at this. What's this say? It's not your secret. It's not my secret. It's your secret. You need to lie. We don't. You have the leaks. We don't. You're not quoting us, we're quoting you. That's Mr. Bettencourt. Okay, so we found out he was drugged in January, and I emailed this Florida State's attorney, and more emphatically in March. See right here, that's what it says. He can't physically hit Chief Miller at all, much less so hard it killed him, because he was drugged. Where's the blood test? Oh, sure as shit. That's exactly what, months later, first responder said. He was given Narcan for opioid overdose. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know who you think you're fooling. Then you made sure I didn't testify. See, I've got a subpoena here, but I didn't testify. Because you like concealing material facts from the deciding body. That's kind of your thing, right? Yeah, see, did they go see you at did Lucky visit you at the strip club? And, well, she was talking to somebody else on my behalf. And, we kept saying, just call her. They kept saying, just call her. Just call her. And I kept saying, tell her to call me. And, no, wouldn't do that. That wasn't Lisa, that was you. Yeah. And here's the arrest report. Still, no injuries listed in Mike Neely's, we knew before anybody else said it, that he was drugged. Because when you contact me, we get more about your crime. And that's what came out. Yeah, that's Mr. Bettencourt. What do you think of that? Okay, so here's my disclaimer. We assert the right to equal protection of the laws protecting me from a monster like Charles Perry. All of that right there. Who's Mr. Bettencourt anyway? This video shows the use of a phone to stalk a victim. This shows what police are supposed to do with a stalking report. You don't give it to the offender so they can obstruct justice and cause you to lose your evidence. Yeah, no, y'all didn't do that right, TPD. And, this right here documents, he's got 40 cops, 12 reporters, 3 are not in the U.S. that hear every recording I hear. Okay? And that's what I said yesterday. If you listen to this one, and the day before, you'll hear me say, Mr. Perry's contacting me right now, so when I quote you tomorrow, that will be why he's pissing everybody off. We all said, stop contacting me. It's not hard to understand that. Okay? Here's the other thing with Dr. Russell. This right here is our recording of our conversation and the transcripts in which she says Charles escalates more than you can ignore. Right here. Hey, or something. This is Dr. Russell talking. Hey, or something, ignore. But the problem is they can escalate more than you can ignore. And that's what you've got with Charles. It was a stalking escalation. He's trying to do it again. What's Mr. Bettencourt think about that? The many times that he's made unwanted contact with me with text and stuff, those can be linked. Those can be seen here. They're all linked here. The harassment emails and crap. Mr. Officer Neely's case, I sure locked that bitch like a motherfucker. It's all right here. Okay? You did that. I believe you did that murder. And you framed Mike, and I believe you need to get him home. This guy is soliciting prostitution on Mr. Perry's behalf at my work in Oklahoma at a different strip club. This was at the Blue Diamond in Stillwater. I was subjected to this all the time. I can't always record it. This guy I could. Another guy, look how he tells me stop. But when you sue somebody and you try to get a restraining order, is that not sending a message? I don't like you. I don't want. Stop. He interrupts me. Stop. That's David Robertson. That's a telltale David Robertson thing right there. Just interrupt you by this. Stop. All right, you need to do this the underground way. Do I? Why would I want to do that? Yeah, I don't think I do. What I think is I'm going to let you talk. I'm going to hit play and let you talk. And I'm going to put this on the docket and ask for an injunctive order. Likely to occur again. It did. It occurred again. No hearing. Again, no hearing. That's awfully, you got a lot of corruption problems, Mr. Perry. What's Mr. Bettencourt think about that? Now you listen, get richer, and he will really be nice, and he'll pay you $5,000 for one night. I'm like, I'll throw up. He makes me sick to my stomach. He's gross. He'll creep me out. I understand, blah, blah. Okay, so 2 hours, you can be creeped out so you can make $5,000. And I'm like, no. He's trying to talk me into sex here. Ew. At the end of it, he says you could ruin him politically, and I'm like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about him politically. Here's what I'd like. He leaves me alone. There won't be any more else to tell. There won't be any more to find out. He won't have one more thing to cover up. It's on here somewhere. Let's see. Weirdest conversation I've ever had. Look. Politically, it won't do a damn thing. Politically, you could ruin him. And I'm like, what? Politically, you could ruin him. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. I just want him to leave me the fuck alone. Okay. Yeah, it's political. Okay, there's been so many grand juries convened to try to false arrest me a second time. We made a whole page. See it? There's a whole page on the damn grand jury. See? I mean, it's just constant with this guy. He needs a lie. He pinned the tail on the donkey, they call it. They have code words. We have those code words. None of the other victims have it. Pin the tail on the donkey. Do the false arrest. Right? Papa John's, deliver the victim to the guy who bought her. Hansel and Gretel. Coax her, like Hansel and Gretel me to the mall. Coax her somewhere where we can do some kind of harm to her. Or to work. On the night I'm not going to go to work. Mike was Hansel and Gretel to Pensacola. How'd you know Mike had to be talked into going to Pensacola? You Hansel and Gretel to him so he could blow his life up. Ratatouille, Rumpelstiltskin. Did you get... Rumpelstiltskin means... no, Rapunzel. Did Rapunzel let down her hair? Meaning, did you finally get the victim to be coerced into cooperating with the sale of a person? Yeah, we got all that. When you contact me, we get more. When you invade my privacy, they get up your ass. They have a court order. You just have a weirdo problem you have absolutely no power over. No control over at all. So, what's Bettencourt think of that? I'd like to meet Bettencourt. Sanjay loves it when I say his name. Okay. This is sex trafficking shit. This is just a lot of information. So we even documented that you got a grand jury and you suborned perjury. When you contact me, we get more. He just did it again. When you contact me, you get more. When you contact me, sir, we get more. When you contact me, Mr. Perry, we get more. When you invade my privacy, they invade yours. Mr. Perry, when you invade my privacy, they invade yours. So you've contacted me another 5 times while I'm doing this podcast. So when we quote y'all all day tomorrow, don't complain about it. Mr. Perry just asked for it. He does every day. He has no control over himself at all. These were texts to Fabian on October 12, 2015. Nothing political in here at all. It is about my conversation with David Robertson about him. See? I didn't want Charles to ruin your life, so I can't remember what else I said to him. Basically, David said, why don't you like Charles? And I go, there's nothing to like. Not a fucking thing to like about the guy. And there's that whole Fabian thing. Oh, Fabian doesn't want you. I go, oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Nobody speaks for Fabian about Fabian. Okay? He's a grown man. Fabian and I will talk about what Fabian and I want to talk about. Okay? It doesn't concern you at all. It's not your business. Oh, actually, he just wants to fuck you. Again, whatever Fabian wants to say, I'll hear for Fabian. And if that's true, let us fucking, you guys, you're dragging this, you're making a thing here. Him and Charles fought over you for months. Okay, that's not a decision that he and Charles make. That's a decision that me and him make. So Charles butts out. Nosy body. Again, like the puzzle, he's just a butt in. Always a wannabe, never wanted. But again, nothing political here at all, is there? I mean, Charles's name is in here. Not a fucking thing about politics. Here's the McNamara email. October 29. Right? I don't know. There was the also. Here's the sex trafficking stuff the police recorded and gave to me. Whole lot about it. There's all the where's the pullover demands? All the emails about you have calling in a pullover. Thousands of them. Yep. There's your harassment bullshit. It's not even true. I don't. That's all the shit that really happened. Well, actually, let's see. Look at the dates on this. 2017. They want to use me as a test case before the Supreme Court. That when he's told on, he'll say he's being harassed. He'll instigate, he'll provoke. And that's what Judge Currynell said. I got to rule out provocation. You're antagonizing, you're instigating. Why are you in Oklahoma? If you're really being harassed, go home to your family like she did. Right? Okay. I have Trello and I have Google Calendar. We just write down what threat you did today on every single day. See? This is ongoing. That's always in there. He's still trying to get my car, my driver's license, and my computer. Still trying to starve me till I lie, keep me from working. And trying to create unbearable duress to make me lie, grand jury. So I'll be trafficked. Women who have nothing are a lot easier to traffic, which that's what he's trying to do. He just contacted me again. Yeah, I'm taking everything you have. Just type that in my phone. So tomorrow when I quote you, that's why right there. When you contact me and threaten me like that and invade my privacy to do it, we get more. We're quoting you. You're not quoting us. That's Mr. Bettencourt. Yeah, you forget who it is you're talking to. Yeah, see, this is all the stuff he threatens me with daily. Every day. So that's just always in there. The top part is what happened tonight. You wanted to get me at the club tonight? Well, but Charles and Dave don't want me at the club. I keep catching their crime. They're going to do everything they can to make sure I don't have an address. And I don't work. Yeah. Okay, see, it's marked in here. Yeah, right there. My Trello card. That's what you said today. We typed it up. Remember, I did say last night when Charles has contacted me another 5 times. So I think last night he asked if Judge Egan was a league. So it was one of the things. So when we quoted you here, that's why. You pissed everybody off. You invade my privacy. They will get up your ass and find out what you just said that might hurt me. Okay? This is the guy saying, why don't you just go back to home to Lubbock with your family like she did? Dumbass. This isn't a hard problem to solve. Okay, so we did that all. That was today. I mean, just always something. Like I have nothing better to do than type up what y'all say. But the thing is, if you're posing a threat to me, that's what I have to do. He just did it again. You just contacted me again. So tomorrow when I type up what you guys say, Mr. Perry, again, just asked for that. He said, my cop friend said in March 2020, you're not to invade her privacy anymore. You don't contact her or her family, not in any way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly. Don't contact them at all. Get out of their lives. Leave them alone. And she's not to be broke anymore because you fucked up work or harassed her at work or posed a threat at work and then have to call her anybody and ask for money. Get the fuck out of her life. Get out of it. Get out of it. Stay away from me. Okay? You do it or we'll do it for you. And then look how much more we have. This is just from today. Look how much more we got of you guys talking. Just from today. Ask Mr. Bettencourt what he thinks about that. When you contact me, when you invade my privacy, when you take my money, we get more. That's what they said. We'll show it. We show you, then we do it. They show you. They say it, then they show you. They say it, then they show you. They say, when you contact me, we get more. 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 When you invade my privacy, we get more. When you invade my privacy, we get more. You invade my privacy, they invade yours. You invade my privacy, they invade yours. You contact me, we get more. You contact me, we get more. You contact me, we get more. How many times do I have to say it for it to be enough? Mr. Perry, how many times must I repeat myself for you? How many times must I repeat myself for you? Everybody's mad. They hate you. You're hated. Everybody hates you. We're all sick of this. You're not getting it. You're not all there. You need to get a nurse. When you contact me, we get more. When you contact me, we find out more. When you contact me, we find out more. When you're trying to hurt me, we find out more. When you do the crime to me, we find out. It's different, but it's the same every time. Why can't you get this? Are you not all there? You need to keep up. Go home to your family. The more you chase the lie, the more truth we get. You haven't been able to figure that out after 10 years? McNamara email was in 2015. We've quoted you every fucking day since. Right, Calvin? Right, Mr. Bettencourt? When you contact me, we get more. I don't want to hear it. I asked you not to contact me, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, so. It's rape. You're raping me. I define how you make me feel. You don't get to do that.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting. Do